Hello everybody, welcome to the session on user-defined functions in C programming. I am Naveen Pragat, working as Assistant Professor in Department of ISC, SDM Institute of Technology, Ujjayi. Introduction. In C language, main function indicates where the program has to begin its execution. While writing the code, it is possible to code any program utilizing only main function, but it leads to a lot of problems. The program may become too large and complex, and as a result, the task of debugging, testing, and maintaining becomes difficult. If a program is divided into functional parts, then each part may be independently coded and later combined into single unit. These subprograms called function are much easier to understand, debug, and test. Whenever we have the large task to do, then we will divide the larger task into smaller parts and concentrate on smaller parts so that our work can be completed easily. So similarly, whenever we have a large program to return, we will divide that large program into small functions. That is what the concept of user-defined functions. Types of functions. Mainly we have two types of functions. One is library functions, another one user-defined functions. Library functions deals with inbuilt functions in C compiler. For example, whenever we want to display output on the screen, we will use a function printf. So this is inbuilt function which is already written inside the header file stdio.h, that is standard input output header file. And one more function, if we consider scanf, it is used for taking input from the user. It is also defined inside the standard input output header file. The functions which are already written in the C compiler, we call them as library functions. Another one, user-defined functions. C allows programmer to define their own function according to their requirement. Advantage of functions. The length of a source program can be reduced by using function at appropriate places. It is easy to locate and isolate a faulty function for further investigations. Whenever we execute any C program, we may come across errors. If we have small functions, it is easy to find out where actually the fault occurred, and we can easily resolve it. And the third advantage, a function may be used by many other programs. This we call it as reusability. Function once written can be used in any number of programs. So that is what the reusability. Elements of user-defined function. There are three elements of user-defined function: function definition, function call, function declaration. Consider the example here. In this example, we are writing a function for performing addition of two numbers. Starting with the function definition. So in this slide, we have written a function called sum with two variables, int a and int b. Inside the function, we are writing the local declaration which will declare a result variable of integer data type, then computing a plus b and storing the value the result into the variable result and displaying the result. Sum of two numbers is equal to the result. So the body of the function we call it as definition. In simple terms, I can say the task assigned to do by the function, that I will call it as a function definition. The second element in the function is function call. Whenever we want to execute our function, so here we have written the function sum. I need to call that function. So inside the main function I am writing sum of a comma b. So it means this is a function call. When this line gets executed, the control moves to the function sum and this will get executed. The body of the function will get executed. The third element is function declaration. Function declaration contains the return type, the function name, as well as in the parenthesis list of parameters. In this case, we have two parameters, that is two integer parameters. That is, the sum function will accept two integer values and do the given task, perform the given task. Then we have categories of functions. Category 1, function with no arguments and no return values. Function with no arguments and return values. Function with arguments and no return values. Function with arguments and return values. At this point of time, we should have a clear idea of what an argument is and what a parameter is. Consider the same example. Here in the function called sum of a comma b. A comma b are the values, integer values, which will send to the function. So here in the function call, they are called arguments. A and b are arguments. When this line executes, the control moves to this function. Whatever the value of a there will be assigned here to the a, and whatever the value of b there will be assigned to b here. Here at the receiving end, these are called parameters. In the function call, a and b were called arguments, and at the receiving end, a and b are parameters. One more thing to remember, the names can be different, but the data types of that should be same. Here the a and b are the variables of, and they are of integer data type. And at the receiving end, we should have same data type variables. The names can be different. So at the receiving end, they are called parameters, and at the function call, they are called arguments. One more term we should know here is return values. Consider the same function. While declaring the function, I am writing the sum along with the term void. Void is a data type, as you know. The term void refers that some function will not return any value when it gets executed. So consider here in the function call, I am calling the function with a and b values. that is a and b are arguments, as I said just now. Sum of a comma b, 10 and 20 are sent to the function. The function executes with those values 10 and 20. Calculates here 10 plus 20 is 30. The sum of two numbers is equal to 30 will be displayed by the function itself. And it will not return any value back to the main function. Here main function we call it as calling function, where the function call is written. The main function itself is the calling function here. So we should write void whenever we don't have any return type, return value from the function. If we have any return values from the function, then I should specify what type of data it should return, whether it should return an integer value or a float value or a double value. That should be specified here. In the next session, we will in detail study the categories of functions. Thank you.